Good morning, new 1%. It's Satoshi Boomin coming at you with another video. And guys, I'm going to need you to punch that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a Satoshi Boomin video. Guys, still only 50% of you are subscribed to my channel. And you guys watch my videos almost every day. Please, just scroll down a little bit and hit that subscribe button. It takes 2 seconds. It really helps the channel. If you want VeChain to moon, we're going to need, VeChain videos getting 10, 20,000 views per day. Let's get it. Let's get my channel up there. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I got my hot tea and honey latte loaded, ready to go. Let's get right into the VeChain news, baby. So, VeChain price has come down, obviously, here. We are down to 2.5 cents here. It is what it is, man. 2.5 cents here. Yeah, it's the market. It goes up, it goes down. I do expect us to continue to go up here once the markets start to get fired back up. But we had a crazy couple of days. Dogecoin pumping almost 500%. So it's only a matter of time before those profits start to bleed into other altcoins. Right now, we can see some coins that we're going to look at towards the end of the video that are pumping massively, and hopefully that could start to bleed into other cryptos. Moving on, let's take a look at the VTHO burn yesterday. So yesterday we burned a modest 4.4 million VTHO, not much really to shake a stick at. And today, same thing here, 6.4 million VTHO. It is what it is. It looks like it's a slow weekend here, but it always is a slow weekend, so nothing really too surprising here. So we're going to move on. We have Eisenreich. Of course, we always have Eisenreich. Follow this man on Twitter. He is a gentleman and a scholar. VeChain and the Shanghai Food Association. This is good news, guys. In this article here, they mention VeChain facing new challenges posed by the prevention of the control of the epidemic. VeChain can help food companies actively respond to national policies based on the one-stop blockchain data service platform, VeChain Toolchain. And that's what we've been trying to do here, guys. VeChain has created a system where they could pivot to different needs of different enterprises. And it just so happens that they already had a solution that could compete and that could solve the current problems that we have now. And this is obviously the supply chain, the food shortages. There are food shortages out there, guys. There are supply chain issues. Like, even in my, I'm in the first world here. I go to a grocery store and, there are cupboards that are barren, straight barren, like nothing in them. It's kind of shocking to see. But, this pandemic has affected all supply chains. It has affected all businesses, and the businesses that can be malleable and roll with the punches, they survive. The businesses that can't, they die off. At the present, although my cold chain logistics monitoring technology has gradually matured, the data traceability in each link of the supply chain is still in its infancy. Imported fresh products not only cover logistics, warehousing companies, the logistics link, but also involve port customs, market supervision, and other links. And there are serious barriers to data integration and exchange. The centralization of the blockchain and non-tamperable characteristics of the data connect various links of cold chain to provide an effective solution to this difficulty. Yes, sir. So they collect data, they help enterprises achieve the same defense of people plus things in field, use technical means to solve complexity, uncertainty, and unknown spread of the epidemic, fight low cost and protracted battle normalization of preventive control, do not miss any link risk points. Based on the information closed loop implementation of responsibility to people, details goods, positionings, helping food companies achieve safety, traceability, quality monitoring, and information tracking. Guys, one step ahead of the game, first mover advantage. Let's go. We just need that one big partnership that will set VeChain over the edge, and hopefully we can see that come to fruition here soon. Now, let's take a look here. We're going to move on. Thank you, Eisenreich. Now, I've been getting this question a lot in my comments section. A lot of new people coming into the V family. Welcome. If you're new here, grab a seat. You're going to be here a while. This is the best community of crypto that I've ever been a part of. I mean, Cardano 88 family is amazing. The XRP family is amazing too. You got some crazies in there. You got a lot of crazies in the XRP family. You know that crazy uncle that probably drinks too much and is a little bit strange. We all got that crazy uncle in our family, and that's the XRP army. We still love them. They're still a part of the family, but you get what I'm saying. But the majority of the XRP family is amazing and great people. But there's no family like the VeChain family. So welcome, thank you. Have a seat. You're a part of the family now, and we're gonna go on a wild ride. Now, a lot of new people have been asking me, should I buy VeChain or VTHO? Now, I've always said VeChain because VeChain actually has the speculative value, okay? We have an amazing post by a wonderful Patreon subscriber here, Bread Garlic House. Thank you, Bread. I really appreciate you, man. Keep up the great work. Keep up the great research and the great articles that you do on these decentralized applications and just many other things. But he wrote a good summary here of VTHO. Okay, VTHO is not, in my humble opinion, a speculative asset that I'm going to go out and buy. Why is that? Because just by holding VeChain, you generate VTHO. And he put something great here. First up, VTHO is not a yield from an investment. Okay, the whole argument that VT has to give blank via returns of VTHO is pointless. You know why it's pointless? Because VTHO is not meant to be a high price. Now, I know that's going to piss some people off. People are going to hit that dislike button. I'm going to get cussed out because I said that, but that's okay. It's not meant to be a high price. You know why? Because we want to, think about why VeChain was created in the first place. VeChain was created in the first place, yes, to be a supply chain, quote unquote, but it is just a scalable version of Ethereum, guys. That's the main point of VeChain. All right, it's a semi-decentralized blockchain platform where you can host decentralized applications. It's a community thing. I can build a decentralized application on the VeChain Thor blockchain. You can build a decentralized application on the VeChain Thor blockchain. We could create tokens on the VeChain Thor blockchain. There's Jur, there's DBet, there's others hacking. So, it's a decentralized ecosystem, a decentralized operating system. That's what VeChain is, okay? And what separates us from Ethereum and other coins is that, we have a great VeChain CEO that wants to facilitate adoption through enterprises. We have a speciality in supply chain management, so we're not a jack of all trades, master of none. No, we are a specific master of supply chain management. However, that's not the only thing VeChain does, okay? So we have to differentiate ourselves from Ethereum. And how we do that? Low transaction fees, okay? I don't know if you guys know this, but, trying to interact with some of the smart contracts these guys have created, where you can get 60, 70, even 1,000% interest on some of your coins. Now, I would not recommend investing in that. People are not going to listen to me, and they're going to be like, which coins can you get 1,000% interest on? And then throw their money in it and then lose it and then be mad. But, okay, on the Ethereum blockchain, interacting with some of those smart contracts literally costs you $50 to $100. All right, it's absolutely crazy. Think about it like this: providing liquidity and then staking those liquidity tokens during a spike in the Ethereum blockchain gas price, yeah, you are going to be paying $50 for that smart contract, because you have to behind the scenes it's doing all this crazy stuff, wrapping tokens, unwrapping tokens, swapping, and all this stuff. The transaction fees could get high, but we could do the same thing with the VeChain blockchain if we had devs that actually did that stuff. And that's why I want to get devs over here, so we could have a yield token, so that we could have a Yearn finance of VeChain, so that we could have a Uniswap of VeChain. We do. It's called Vex Exchange, but it's still in its infancy, guys. Like, we need development. So that's not the point that I'm trying to make. The point is that VTHO is the smart contract gas. Okay, we have a 2-token system here, and gas is paid in VTHO. We want to keep that small so that people can not have to pay $50 to interact with smart contracts. It's absolutely insane. And Bread Garlic House posts this. Why? Because VTHO is a utility token required for network participation. While it's good that we ordinary holders can trade it, its primary purpose is to enable entities to use the network. VTHO is not a dividend. It's not a yield. It is simply a network participation enabler. Okay? So imagine if we held Ether. Well, it's going to kind of be like that. Imagine if Ether was a multi-asset blockchain where we had Ether and sub Ether. You don't want the sub Ether to be $50-$60, because who's gonna interact with smart contracts? Who's gonna do anything on the blockchain if it's that expensive? And then he says, is it undervalued? Depends on if you're talking about value arising for utility or speculation. Regarding the former, as long as the daily burn rate is lower than the daily generation rate, about 37 million. That's why I say we need to get to that 37 million for the VTHO price to actually, go up. But if it does go up, if the VTHO price spikes up to $1, that's good for us, definitely, but not so good for the enterprises that need to transact. You see what I'm saying? Value appreciation from utility is not a factor, but this will change. Regarding the latter, it's anyone's guess. It could go 100x overnight like anything in crypto, but remember, it's not a good thing for enterprise focused utility, because value appreciation on utility is organic and their customers can plan for this. So, if Walmart of China needs to put things on the VeChain Thor blockchain, they're not trying to pay, $1 per transaction. You see what I'm saying? Are you catching my drift here? And then some people would say, well, why have transaction fees anyway? That's so that bad actors can't spam you. The reason why you get so much spam email and spam junk mail is because it doesn't cost anything to send out mass emails, to send out mass, direct marketing campaigns. So value appreciation from speculation is not organic. It can disrupt budgets and planning. There's a reason. There are several levers in place to cushion the speculation around VTHO. Read this article to understand what they are. I will leave this in the description below. Thank you, Bread, for writing this amazing write-up here so that people like us can understand. These levers can and will be used to cushion the effect utility-driven value appreciation of VTHO and the cost of transactions. But again, this will be organic and will not have sudden drastic effects on the price. So will VTHO appreciate in price? Yes, it will. Like any other crypto, it could appreciate through a mix of utility and speculation. However, unlike most crypto projects, the appreciation can and will, it should be controlled to cushion its effects on enterprises using the chain and the transactions to it. So where does that leave VeChain? It's quite simple. The more the network is used, the more organic demand there is for VTHO, and the only way new VTHO is generated is from VET. This builds the utility case for the VeChain price appreciation. Okay. As for speculation, there are no levers in place to curb VET price, okay, through speculation. Just VTHO. That's because you know, VeChain, you can hold VeChain. That you don't need VeChain in order to interact with smart contracts. You need VTHO. You feel me? So hope that cleared anything up. If it didn't, I'm sorry. You know, I have a hard time explaining things, obviously. But I hope that just gives you a quick rundown of, you know, if you were wondering, should I buy VeChain or should I buy VTHO? That should clear some stuff up. And if it doesn't, go ahead and give him a follow. He could explain it to you better than I can. I will leave this down in the description below. Great write-up. You should check it out. All right, finally, guys. This was all over Twitter this morning for some reason. Coinbase apparently exploring support for 14 new assets across trading and custody platforms. VeChain was mentioned in here. You know, my opinion has not changed. I need to take a sip of tea right in the microphone so I could piss some you guys off. 1 second. Good stuff. Where was I? What was I saying? Oh, yes. So yeah, this was all over the news, all over Twitter. People were getting excited. My opinion has not changed. I do not believe that VeChain is going to be listed on Coinbase anytime soon. You know, I just think there's too much prejudice out there right now, you know, especially with an American company and a quote unquote China coin. I just think there's just too much prejudice out there right now. For some reason, you know, China and USA are like extreme enemies. I just hope that, you know, they could get over themselves and get this bag. But, you know, asking governments to be rational and, you know, do things in the overall self-interest of the world is too much to ask, you know, especially with, you know, totalitarian governments on both sides. You know, make no mistake, I'm not even going to get into it. But the point is that with VeChain being a quote unquote China coin, you know, that, you know, we're, and another thing too, is not 100% decentralized. You know, it's going to be tough for VeChain to get on Coinbase. Now, is this impossible that VeChain will never get on Coinbase? No. But, you know, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough ask. The only thing we can continue to do is continue to bug Coinbase, and hopefully, you know, they come to their senses soon. Yeah. I mean, it would be in the best interest for Coinbase as a company and their pockets to add VeChain, but I just think there's too much prejudice out there right now for no reason either. Like, get over it. Let's get this back. And then we have custody down here. This isn't anything new. We've been known about VeChain being custodied through Coinbase, so I really don't know why this was all over Twitter, but it was. And yeah, if you didn't know, they're considering you know, adding VeChain. I don't think they will, but they're considering it again. Thank you to our wonderful Patreon subscribers, guys. I love each and every one of you. Thank you to AJ, Brett Garlinghouse, Matt Harris, Sergio, Lassie Nielsen, AmericanHomeRemedies.com, The Fertilize, Jeffrey, Ethan, Maryland Crypto, Boost Wayne, Brady Adams, Feruz Den, Joe Jimenez, Kyle Bocci, CryptoSVT.si, Eric Parr, Dig the Voice, For the People, HPDSouthBay.com, and Daniel Aid. Thank you so much for your wonderful Patreon support, guys. I really love and appreciate each and every one of you. Okay? Moving on. We've got 1,190 days to the next Bitcoin block halving, guys, and things are just moving and cruising. Let's take a look at the markets here. Top 20 isn't looking too interesting. Uniswap is doing the dash. All these governance tokens, DeFi governance tokens, are doing great. 1inch token is doing great. Up 25%, up to $5. Absolutely crazy, guys. 1inch is doing awesome. We got the graph here doing something here. The Dogecoin is continuing its pump, I guess. Not really. It was up to 8 cents at its all-time high. Absolutely crazy. Never heard of MDEX, but that is up. Looks like it's a new coin. So yeah, it looks like the markets are slowly starting to, bleed, and hopefully we can start to see a sea of green here as the week goes. I just think there's a lot of FUD out, people talking about, hedge funds are going to short Bitcoin and blah, 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 blah. Like, okay, short Bitcoin if you want, but, it is what it is. And I'm not worried about that. That's FUD. If they want to short Bitcoin and I get Bitcoin cheap, more power to them. But I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Thank you for letting me ramble on literally for 20 minutes. You guys come here every day to listen to it. I really appreciate you, and I will talk to you tomorrow.